Watch this.
Next, football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, put in work, go rub. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook, hold up. Coach Carter still on the scene, giving advice, he do what he mean. Jay back and swaggy big, rocking the gear, it's so clean.
Big guys and go easy, off the easy, push easy. When my steppers are special kids, making fixing so easy. Try to win, we so greedy. All our fans are so needy, cause they need to hear them talk about their club. We do it for the dub. 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 That DF dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. We do it for the dub. That DF dub.
Welcome to the Dub, number one high school podcast starring Pat O'Teasy, Jeremy McInnes, Whitfield Roderick, Coach Carr, and Ron Riser.
Well, all right. What's happening? What's going on? Welcome to the number one talk show. Speak out.
The Dub, baby. You heard it first. The Dub. Hey, I'm Reginald Samples, 6A Division I state champion. I just want to give a shout out to the Dub, my favorite podcast and program.
Ron Murray, Mr. High School Holler, K104, the biggest out there at the 214 day camp. Big shout out to Quentin Jackson, you know, the Duncanville all-world quarterback.
It was good. The Quentin Jackson, shout out to the Dub High School Podcast.
Big shout out to the Dub, man. I see y'all making moves and doing what y'all need to do.
All right.
Salute. What it do, what it do. Special edition, man. 5 o'clock, man. It's 5 o'clock on the dot. And we got some smoke. We got some fire before the Mavs game. Shout out to the Mavs. Let's go,
Yes,
Mavs.
sir.
We ready. We try to get it. But before we do, man, we got one of the hottest coaches in the game on the east side. And we're going to talk about it because he said he didn't know we talked to people on the south side of 635. So we definitely going to talk to Coach.
Coach, Jeremy, for the record, he's right. We do talk to people south of 635, as you said. That would be us. Now, we may have excluded our brothers up on the north side of 635, which we could see how that could be an issue. You know what I mean? But we had to win home first before we could branch out, right?
Hey, that's what we got to talk to him about, man. You know, if you ain't the king of where you at, you can't be the king of nowhere else. So, you know, just like North Forney gonna have to be the king of the east side before they can take over Texas. You know, we had to make sure that we planted our flag at the southern sector before we, go out. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, good to see all you brothers. I see Swaggy doing what Swaggy do. Want to ride around? What's happening, Swag?
Man, just cruising around Dallas. waiting on the game to come on.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to the Mavs, man. I'm gonna bring Coach on, man. I got a question to ask y'all.
Oh, y'all going to what?
I got a question. Yeah, since you riding around, like at what point could you probably just pull it over, say, "Hey, let me do this show until I need to go watch the game." Like, why you not cruise around town like you wasting gas?
I'm going to a certain part of town and park.
You parking nowadays? Okay. Right. Never mind. Continue on. I'm sorry. I digress.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to bring Coach on, man. But I got a question, though. I got a question. Y'all know I like to ask a question before we bring the guest on. And we're going to ask Coach his opinion about it. But there seems to be a big issue with people talking about the University of Texas. They had the big recruiting weekend, right? And So of course Texas doing it big because they are blue chip program. They are big. They got all the Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all that. They got all that going on, right? And a lot of pro-black brothers and sisters out here are saying that that's insulting to black kids. How dare y'all show a Lamborghini to black kids? Because you're trying to say black kids can't afford Lamborghinis. And I'm a black adult. I can't afford one either. And I know plenty of white people that can't afford I'm just saying, but what's y'all opinion on that? I'm gonna bring Coach on while y'all talk about it. Go ahead, B-Ryan.
I mean, as far as think about it, you're on a recruiting trip, right? You're trying to get players to your establishment. What's the problem? You're showing Lamborghini. At the end of the day, they're doing the same thing. The only, like you said, only difference is UT is a blue chip program. They just can do it a little bit better than what you can do. I don't see a problem with it. As far as black kids, white kids play football in UT too. And believe me, some of them folks can't afford it either, man. Lamborghini, it's white folks who can't afford a Lamborghini. So, man, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I indeed. What you think, Coach?
I'm cool with it, man. Like, look, man, whatever you gotta do to get these kids to your school to win a national championship, do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? At what level you do it at, that's on you level you can afford. That's the University of Texas, man. They ain't worried about no money.
No, they ain't heard it all.
No.
Hey, Swag, you got stuff on that, Swag?
Man, honestly, I'm with D-Rise and Coach Carl on that one. But my only thing is, man, with all this going on with the new NIL, do all this, all I care about is one thing: get Reggie Bush back his Heisman trophy. That's all I care about. I mean,
they already said they're gonna give it back to him.
Yeah, he gonna get it back.
Oh, they did? Okay, well, that's all I care about. At the end of the day, I mean, you showing these kids cars, whatever. They're gonna make decisions on what they want to do anyway. So, like Coach Carr said, that's your way of getting them there. Hey, do what you got to do.
Yes, sir. And let's welcome Coach Shales. What's happening, Coach?
What's good, man? Appreciate y'all having me. What's up, man?
What up?
Hey, so we brought you in on the tail end of the question, but I just want you got an opinion on that because I don't know if you've been seeing it, but it seemed to be a big thing on X, Twitter.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have an opinion about it.
Yeah, I see a lot of people having an opinion on it. I think honestly, when you look at what they're doing, I think it's about trying to sell a dream. You know, nowadays with these kids, they going to college, you got NIL, you got all these opportunities for these kids to earn. I think they trying to put an image in their mind that at the University of Texas that you can come into this situation and dream big. And one of these days you might be able to own one of these cars if you come here and play right and play football the right way and then get involved with our businesses. And so, you know, I think it's a smart ploy. I can see how it can be annoying to people, but it don't bother me. It's about branding. It's about trying to do what appeal to the kids that you're going after. And unfortunately, everybody that they're recruiting, if they want a Lambo.
And they don't have kids with the Lambo endorsement that drives around with it, like Bijan Robinson and my receiver that just left. So what y'all branding out there in North Forney? What kind of y'all got a Lambo out there parked out front?
You pass by North Forney, it's a whole bunch of tractors, trailers.
Oh man.
We under construction. We under construction. Ain't no Lamborghinis. It's levels to it. So right now we under construction. There's a lot of work trucks in our parking lot right now.
You got the big 1500, 2500, them dualies out there.
Yeah, big old with the mud flap.
Yeah. Hey, them good hard working people out there. Yeah. Just want to make it better. That's all, Coach.
There's a lot of building going on in North Forney right now, not only from a business perspective, but in our program, man. We in the early stages of trying to lay a foundation of a program that I think gonna be something that's gonna make some noise around here in the years to come.
Yes, sir. And as I like to say, who wouldn't want to live in crime free? North Forney.
Right.
What'd you say, crime?
Everybody want to live. Crime-free North Forney.
Man, y'all read the USA Today the other day, didn't you? Did y'all see the article?
No, educate us on the coach.
In the USA Today, and I'm sure y'all well aware, but in the USA Today, it talked about Kaufman County being one of the fastest growing counties in all of the United States. And then you look at Forney ISD, Forney, one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of Texas. These are all facts. And so we there at the right time. So when you say everybody want to move to Forney, everybody want to move to Forney. They coming that way.
I agree. Well, Coach, we're gonna ask that you kind of catch us up to on your journey up until now. You know, I know you went to Allen and stuff like that, but just kind of give us your background. You know, how you end up being a coach up to the head coach of Forney, man. Just kind of give us a little synopsis of that.
So came out of Allen, in 2005. Went and played football at the University of Arkansas. Was there for 4 years. And then got right into coaching. Didn't want to go pursue the NFL. Wasn't going to be a draft pick. So I was going to have to take that free agent grind, try out. I told my shoulder up, so the NFL wasn't for me. So I got right into coaching. I went to Wichita Falls. I started my career off there for 4 years. Then I bounced to West Mesquite. I was there for 3. And then I left West Mesquite, went to Lubbock. I was out there at Estacado High School for 2. And then was at McKinney for 6. And then just wrapped up 6 years at McKinney, stage of life decisions. And it was time to make a decision. I had a lot of opportunities. We had a lot of success in the last 6 years, a whole lot of players getting recruited. And so opportunities started to present themselves to me. And I started weighing my options and looking around and really, went through it trying to figure out if I was going to stay on the high school level or try to go take that opportunity to go and try to pursue a college career. And then, family get involved and you start realizing, man, what's best for you and a young family is for you to sit down and continue to keep building on to what you kept, what you got going on. For me, I want to win a championship. I want to be a part of a program that you can really sell the kids in your building, that you can go win a championship. And there's a lot of things that go along with that. But for a coach that's looking for a head coaching job, for me, you want to find a place that's got great infrastructure. And that's what attracted me to McKinney. But then it's also the same thing that attracted me to Forney ISD. And when I talk about infrastructure, I'm talking about how many coaches do you have on your staff? How many athletic peers do they have? What can you pay coaches? You start looking at facilities. Start looking at resources like budgets and all of that kind of stuff and vertical alignment. What kind of feeder system do you have? And I never in a million years thought a multi-school district like Forney ISD existed. And you had to go really do your research and lift up rocks and look under stuff. And you found out that Forney ISD is a multi-school district, a multi-school district, but it can operate like a one-horse town. And that's what you want. As a football coach, you want to be in a situation where your whole community can get behind your program. You look around at all the great programs. You look at SOC, you look at Duncanville, you look at Cedar Hill back in the day, DeSoto, even Allen, where I'm from. Them was one-horse towns. SOC isn't, but they got a community surrounding them that's all about their school. And so Forney gives you that, to a degree, that unique one-horse town feeling because you got a whole vertical alignment right there on your side of town. And so that's where we at right now. We're trying to go build it up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm going to pass it to B-Rod. I always let B-Rod get the first pitch on our coaches. Go ahead, B-Rod.
What up, Coach?
What's good, B-Rod?
Man, say, Coach, man, like 2 weeks ago, I done a list like preseason rating, right? I had North Forney like at number 10 or 11, right? Man, my co-hosts or other people, they laughed at me, Coach. They were like, man, North Forney do not deserve to be no top 10 on your list. So they made me redo my whole damn list, Coach. So my question to you, where is North Forney at, in your opinion, right now? If they're not a top 10 team, what do y'all need to do to get there, in your opinion? Where are y'all at right now?
That's a great question. I look at us and one, I can't rank us in comparison to nobody else and where we fall in the ranking, because obviously my first day on the job was April 26th, and my focus right now has just been on trying to make North Forney better on Tuesday than we was on Monday. And I know it sounds cliche to say that, but I just been focused on what we got going on as a program. Now the potential is there. When you talk about being a top 10 team in the area, it's a lot of good football teams in this area and surrounding us. But when I walk in there, some of the things that I see that allow us, that I feel like give us a chance to be in that conversation. One, you going in there and it all starts at the trenches. And so when you look at what we have innately with our O linemen and D linemen, you excited about that. You also, get excited about the skill players that you have, receivers, running backs, defensive backs. We had a good run of DBs at McKinney, and we got one on paper over here in North Forney that's going to be able to go and make some noise. It's a lot of talented athletes back there, but it's all new. It's all new coaches. We'd had to turn the staff. It's a new culture being brought in, and so it's just a lot of work in progress. The best sign so far is that this is a program that has shown the ability to get better every day. It ain't been a day that I've been there that we hadn't made a little bit of progress from the day before, and I think that's a good sign when you're really trying to build something.
Okay, are you looking forward to that North Forney game? I know the whole city gonna be out for that.
It's a big rivalry, and the way I understand it, it hadn't been played in a long time. I have to go back and look, but the game hadn't been played in a long time. Rivalries are important. They're a big deal. They bring the whole town out. It's a heated rivalry from the way I understand it. So I'm really excited about that football game.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the first time ever.
It's not, they played some. It's not the first time ever. I don't know when they stopped playing the game, but they hadn't played in a while. They have played before, but it's been a long time. You look at Forney High School too, outside of it being an in-town rivalry and everything that comes along with that. But it's just the opportunity to go compete against one of the better programs in the DFW. Coach Fleener and what he's done with that program has been tremendous. And so I think that in a strong district already, having games like that, high-intensity football games, they prepare you for the ultimate goal. And so I think there's so much good that goes along with playing Forney.
I know one thing. I'm going to let Coach Willow, I know he got some questions, but I know one thing. I just put one comment. If y'all playing at Forney, you ain't going to get a call. Go ahead.
Well, explain that to me. Y'all got it.
Yeah, because listen. If you don't go in there and beat them by 21, you're losing that game.
No, that's not true. I'll tell you why that's not true. Because they share the same stadium.
Okay. Time out. It's called home cooking for a reason, Swaggy. I don't care if they share the same stadium.
What else?
That is Forney ISD. That is Forney's team. Forney's team is Forney Jackrabbits. It's not the kids from over there in Section 8, the Voucher kids. It ain't for them. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't built another stadium yet.
Yeah, wait a minute. They have, though. We have built another stadium. What's up, Coach? They have built another stadium. We actually this year will be opening up our home stadium right there at North Forney High School.
See, there you go, Swagger. So yeah, it's home cooking. But anyway, Coach, I digress. Coach. When you first said, I'm going to take this job, this is the job for me out of all jobs. Who got the first phone call? What coach?
In terms of what coach was I going to hire?
No, your first phone call when you said, hey, first coach you're going to hire, the first coach you picked up the phone and said, hey, man, let's go. Who was that?
So if I'm being honest with you, the first coach that I called when I got the job was Nate Collins, who was my strength coach at McKinney. He wore all kind of hats. Dude was a strength coach, D-line coach, video coordinator. And when you're talking about going to build a program, you need somebody, a worker that know your program, that know the key elements of your program. He was the first call I made when I got it. He considered it for a little while, then he had to do what was best for his family, his situation, and he stayed up here at another school. But Nate Collins, though, a worker. I needed to go get a guy who can come in and wear many hats. The timing was crazy. You know, you were going in, you already knew you weren't gonna have a spring football. And so you knew, you was like, man, you got to go in here, hire the best staff that you can hire with 20 school days left, and get ready to go have the best summer that you done ever had in your life.
All right. So who was the first coach you hired?
The first coach that I hired was my defensive coordinator, Carlos Leggins.
Why did you hire him?
So I got a call from my old defensive coordinator, Corey Jordan, who coaching at UTSA right now. And Corey reached out. He said, man, I don't know if you got who you got in mind for a defensive coordinator, but you know, you might want to reach out to Coach Leggins. He might be interested. And I was like, man, I doubt it. You know, what he got going on over there, they got a good squad. They done built something good. And he said, man, you may reach out to him. So I reached out to him. We had a conversation, and what drew me to him was the research that I did on the defenses that he's ran and how they performed in the last 2-3 years, specifically against some people who are still in the current district. When you go look at the Mesquite Horn scores versus teams like Rockwall Heath, Rockwall, Royce City, you know, schools that are synonymous with scoring a lot of points, they've performed as well as any defense over the last 3 years against some high-powered offenses. And that's what drew me to Coach Leggins and what he did as a defensive coordinator. And it was a hell of a hire.
No, hey, Coach, no shit, Coach. Listen, that hire was felt through the streets.
Yeah.
The streets felt that. and apparently a lot of other people felt it. All right, so with that hire, right? So what, like, at the end of the day, man, you have done some things that, like, just hearing, right? You know, I don't speak what I've heard. I'm just saying things that I'm hearing, correct? You have made a lot of hires off that Mesquite Horn staff, right? So tell me about that. Like, was that your plan, or was that just something that happened?
So
what are we doing here, Coach?
That's why I like this show right here.
Because you know we gonna go there, don't you?
Yeah, we need to know, Coach.
So look, so I went on there and I hired Coach Leggins. Obviously, when you take a job, you got to go find you some coordinators. And so I went and I hired a defensive coordinator and Coach Leggins, somebody that I trusted, somebody that I wanted to come on and give an opportunity to run our defense. Now, when you bring on a coordinator, I tell them, man, look, the whole staff done left. The whole staff, you know, we got to put a whole staff together. So when I'm sitting there talking to my defensive coordinator, like, man, I got these guys at linebacker, D-line coach, secondary coach lined up. Who do you like? And he started bringing guys that he wanted to work with. And obviously, when you hire a defensive coordinator, he going to go and hire the people that he trusts. So I told him, I got these spots. These are the teaching fields that they tied to. He went out and he started talking to guys that was on his staff over at that school. And those guys wanted to go with him. They wanted to stay with him. So he hired the other coaches that came over and improved our coaching staff, and they're already working to improve our program.
You ain't lying, Coach. Is your numbers up since that hire?
Oh, boy, you messy, boy.
You know what? Scratch that from the record, Coach. We go.
Hey,
scratch that for the record. But I
hey,
do want to say,
that's on a serious note. That's why I like this podcast, because it's unlike anything that you see out there. Y'all really in the know on what the streets are saying, what the youth is saying, what's actually being talked about that's not
Right.
always popular to discuss in these type of platforms right here, but it's the real. To answer your question, our population is growing innately. You read the USA Today, didn't you? Kaufman County.
yeah, he missed
That's
that part, Coach.
Yeah. No,
and
I heard that, Coach. A lot of people moving. You know what I'm saying? They
but
going to places that that's gonna help them grow. It's crime free. It's a lot of opportunities to buy houses. Brand new. A lot of opportunity to put a lot of equity in it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. And a lot of times when that happens, the community benefits, and that's the joy of it, right? So I'm excited, Coach. That's all I had, Coach. Um,
For now, but Coach,
for now.
I tell you what, Coach,
you
I'm
wild.
glad you can tell. I'll be honest, Coach. You can tell the coaches that have watched the show before they came on, and obviously you paid attention, and you already know, and I appreciate you
And you
because
know,
I mean, like you say, we feel like we are the voice of the streets. So you know what I'm saying. The streets we want to know. But back to another. I do want to ask you though, like about your coaching staff. Because I didn't hear. I know damn well you didn't hire nobody from Horn on the offensive side. So what offensive staff? Who's your OC?
So I went out and I hired Coach Charles Hitchens from Denton Braswell to come over and coach the quarterbacks and run our offense. And he got a heck of a staff around him. We got Coach Kyle Sanders, who was the Garland offensive coordinator, who came over to coach our offensive lineman. We was able to go and get a steal at the wide receiver position with Coach Ayers, who came from North Texas and familiar, played ball at Lancaster and Terrell, so just familiar
That's
with
a
it.
big hire right there, man.
And a real developer, developer.
Yeah, that's a good hire.
Yeah, you got some a guy Austin Jones coming in to coach the O-line. My right-hand man, Coach Kawesa, who's our special teams coordinator, running back coach, dude with a lot of energy, one of them cats that wear a lot of hats on that side of the ball. It's a real dynamic group of coaches over there. And then we was blessed to have a couple of coaches on that side of the ball stay with us, and a young coach in Jason Alexander, and who do a hell of a job coaching tight ends, fullbacks, and Coach Harmon. And so we got a complete football staff on that side of the ball. Really fortunate too, because I look around and I mean, it's one of the things, 20 days on the job, and I had to hire 12 coaches. It was only 3 coaches from the previous staff that stayed. We hired 12 coaches. And to think that we was able to go get that done in 20 days, and I'm going into the summer and I'm not looking for any coaches. It's people been on their job a lot longer than me that's still trying to hire. And I think when we talk about infrastructure, what Forney ISD, what our principal, Dr. Patton, does to support athletics on our campus, what our district does to support coaches, our athletic directors, administrators, like that don't happen in a lot of places. 20 days now on the job, and you get 12 coaches signed, sealed, and delivered, and they serving kids on a day-to-day basis on the North. And so we excited, man.
I think that goes to show that people was excited to go work for you. I think that's a compliment to your leadership and your reputation as a head coach, because like you say, there's other coaches that have had jobs since January and they got a full staff. So I think that's a compliment to you too, Coach. I think people are excited to come coach, with you under your leadership. So, hey man, hats off to you too, man. Salute. That's a big deal.
I appreciate that, but I think it's more about the combination and I appreciate that, but I think that people who know about the growth that's happening in Forney, people who really know the inner workings of Forney ISD as a school district and the resources that they have and the administrative that support that's given to us over there at North Forney. And then the kids that we have, our demographic and the type of kid that we have that just naturally enrolls in North Forney. I think it's the combination, a combination of all of that plus my leadership as the head football coach. I think people that, like you say, that know my reputation, know what I've been able to do as a builder of programs. I think people see that ability partnering with Forney ISD, with those kids, with that administration. And that's something for a lot of people that know about high school football to get excited about.
Well, I think what's really exciting to me about it is it's not like you finna take over a program that was at the depths of its soul. You know what I'm saying? You're taking over a program that was a playoff team. So with everything that you've done, I'm just super excited to watch you not have to start at the bottom, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? That can catch fire while they got a little flame going. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm excited to see. And I it's a blessing because you are the perfect coach for that community. You know what I mean? And when you talk about the one town community, I think North Forney and the fact that y'all playing this game this year is going to do, man, amazing things for your program, Coach. It's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm curious to see, just how successful you're going to be. So, what are the 3 things that you stand on when we go watch your game? What we watching, Coach? What? I got my pen, and I'm like, we're gonna be this and this. What I'm looking for, Coach?
Yeah, I think any time that you see a Marcus Shavers coach football team, toughness, it's got to be something that's going to show up in multiple ways, physical and mental toughness. I think anywhere where you can see an example of a kid or a coach or a decision, I think when you look at all of that, I think you'll see examples of toughness throughout anything that we got going on. So we're going to be a tough football team, mentally and physically tough. We're going to be a physical football team. We're going to get lined up and we're going to run offensive plays that where it's 10 people with an assignment and most of them going to be to hit somebody in the mouth on that play. We're going to play a physical brand of football, and we're going to get lined up, play real football plays, 11-on-11 team football. And then I think what you're going to see is probably the best overall team ball. I think we're going to play a complementary style of play offensively, defensively, and special teams. And when you watch how the game flows, every decision on one side of the ball is built to affect the other. And so when you look at us, I think we're going to be tough. I really think we're going to be physical, and then we're going to play a team style of football to where our offense is doing what they need to do to support the defense and vice versa. It ain't about trying to go have the most yards or the most points or have the most, but it's about playing winning football in all 3 phases.
Okay, hold on. Now, I'm with you on winning football in all 3 phases, Coach. But the next time you disrespect special teams and don't give them equal serving that you give offense and defense, we're going to have some problems.
No, it's all 3 phases with us.
Okay, well, let's talk about special teams, Coach.
Look,
I like special teams.
That's a special teams freak. Like, I ain't gonna lie. When we go to the games, that's the first thing Willow looking at. He like, if it's bad special teams, I don't like it.
It's a bad football team, Coach. If they got bad special teams, they are a bad football team. They're awful.
You know what's crazy about that is that, and I don't know where I heard it from the first time, but ever since I heard it, I done adopted this philosophy. And that's if a team's PAT field goal block, they say that tell you everything about a program's culture when you look at a team's PAT field goal block. Because they say after a football team gets scored on, right, or maybe a team just drove the ball down the field on them, how does that team's PAT block go out there and go after the field goal block? And so I always pay attention to other teams' PAT field goal block because I think that that's a small window of what the program culture is really like. Because you can see right there in a window in a small frame of a PAT field goal block how a team is taught to respond to adversity. You know what I'm saying?
If they gonna quit or they gonna fight through.
Yeah, if they can go and execute the play or they just standing there. And so
you know what? And I always say it too, Coach, on you can always tell how good a team gonna be by the first special team play of the season. You just watch it.
We invest in it, man. Like
So I need you to give it its props then, Coach.
Yeah, you gotta let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But look,
my bad.
But this the other part. Like, truth be told, and we got a simple approach on special teams, but like you don't invest in much time as you do on the offense and defensive side of the ball. And so I think one of the ways that you will see us from a special team standpoint, you're gonna see starters playing on our special teams units. Like, I'm not one of them coaches that don't feel like the best players not supposed to be on kickoff. Like, our best players, if you go back and look at anything that I've been a part of as a head coach, our best players start on special teams. Like, if you ain't good enough to start on offense or defense, that don't make you qualify for the kickoff team in my program. Like, we want the guys that everybody trusts to be on offense and defense to be on our special teams too. So it's important, man. And I'll make sure I do a better job of giving them their credit.
Thank you, because Coach, we're important, Coach. We're important.
I agree.
And look, whenever you're ready, Coach, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna teach you big lift on field goal block. And it's so dope that we led the country in field goal blocks when I was at Morgan in 2017. We was like number 3 or 4 in the country in block field goals. We suck because we probably only won one game.
So are you going?
But we can block field goals. We had a lot of chances too, Coach.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to that. You got to actually give me the block now.
Yeah, it's gonna get you the block, Coach, for real. It's called big lift. I'll show it to you.
I need that.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah. Hey man, let's welcome the homie Pat Bulliten, man. He coming back from Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? You got anything for Coach Pat? You ought to be well rested. I saw you at the beach and carrying on.
Yeah, I was at Muscle Beach, man, trying to stay in shape, man, because California will get you big out there. But Coach, man, congratulations, man. And I know I jumped on late because I had a league meeting. I'm running a youth league, but did they touch on the reasoning for resigning from McKinney and taking on a new challenge?
Yeah, we don't know.
Huh?
Yeah, we talking
about. We wasn't gonna talk about it, but
we weren't gonna talk. Oh, my bad. I missed the preview.
You didn't show up. You didn't show up to pre-practice. That's okay.
I wasn't at pre-practice. I wasn't at pre-practice. So I was just
gonna show up to pre-show.
I can't.
Listen, bottom line, Coach is in the best place for him. I truly believe that, man. I truly believe you in the best place to be.
I like the move.
That's gonna appreciate you. You know what I mean? You being you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you good.
Now you just gotta go tune in. No, we talked about it. We ain't ducking nothing. It ain't never been about running from nothing. But yeah, man, we just talked about it. And it's the infrastructure, the opportunity to go and truly have control and influence over your K through 12 feeders, have those resources, and to be able to build a program that you really feel like if you go put the best coaching staff, the best program in this place is going to have an opportunity to blossom.
I like that because and I know we had some coaches on from Arlington that they were struggling with the feeder system, so that is a big deal.
Speaking of which, Coach, I want to get back to your OC, Coach Hitchens. I've been trying to get Coach Hitchens on the show for a minute. Ever since he was the OC out at Bridewell.
Yeah.
Tell Coach, I don't wish him happy anniversary. I don't wish him happy anniversary. I told him happy birthday for 2 years. We need him on the hot seat. Tell me he need to come on to the dub because I love his story. I know he's not from here, he's from down, the Waco area down in Centex, but you know what I'm saying? He got a great reputation among coaches. And I always wanted to get him on.
Yeah. No, Coach Hitchens good people, man, and I don't know why. I had to ask him why he ain't been on here on the dub. Maybe he was under the same opinion as I was, that y'all you had to be south of 635 to really join the dub.
You know what, Coach? I would say you probably right, but if you would have went and said that you had to be black, then I could have believed that one.
No, I think it's more about geographical location.
Hey, I'm blaming Alonzo Tutson for that.
You know what? But like I said, it is partially true. And a lot of people, I do get that a lot because, Todd always over here and we always get the South Coast. So people just think we just belong to the southern sector. But that is where we're from. So we had to plant our flag where we is. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's over with. Like, we everywhere. The dub is everywhere. We are, like I said, we had Lovejoy, Denton Ryan, Braswell head coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, Louisville, so Riley Dodge have been on here. That's my homie. So
Maryland, DC.
Y'all worldwide now.
Yeah. So we ain't just and hold on. This comment right here. This is from somebody from McKinney. See, this how y'all be thinking. Look, I want you to read this, Cole. Look at that. See how he doing?
What you say that for?
Because that's the same thing you just said. He called us the Dub Southside Football.
Foosball group.
Foosball.
Come on.
I guess it did what attracted me to the show was everybody just all my favorite coaches from the South being on here. I sit here and watch Coach Todd interviews, Cal Ward interviews, and that's what it was.
So they motivated you?
No, absolutely.
They inspired you, Coach?
Say that again.
No, seriously though, Coach. Being in McKinney and kind of watching SOC do what they do, what kind of effect did that have on you as a coach? Like, did it inspire you? Like what was your thoughts to see the success of the Southern sector with 3 black head coaches winning state?
Man, I'm so glad you asked me that question, because this is something that I've probably had a conversation with one other person about, and it's something that I don't think a lot of coaches, especially, and I'm gonna just speak for myself and not gonna speak for a whole group of people, but it's a lot of coaches that may not admit to this, but I think I will, because I think again that this impacts me. But watching what's occurred over the last 3 or 4 years in the South, when you look at what Coach Todd and that program in SOC has done, when you look at Coach Samples, but specifically looking at SOC in the way that they went off and did what they did coming out of DISD, the way that they went and did it. What people not talking about is what they did for black head coaches. And for me personally, what Coach Todd and what SOC and them boys did in that run and what they continue to do is they made it okay for you to go out and be the authentic version of yourself. I think for so long in this profession, there was an image of what a head coach was supposed to look like. There was an image of what a high school program in the state of Texas was supposed to look like. I played at Allen, a traditional blue blood. And so coming up as a high school football player, I idolized Joe Martin, Tom Westerberg. I saw all of those guys, I saw the way we ran the program, and that was the way that I thought programs had to run. That was the way that they had to look. And anything different from that was kind of unacceptable. I think now what the impact that Coach Todd and Sock has had on the culture, specifically coaches, it just made people like me, and I'm sure it's other people feel this way, be more confident saying, you know what, I can go out here and I can play rap music at my practice because it inspires and it motivates the kids that I coach and not feel guilty about it, not apologize about it, because it ain't nothing wrong with it. I just think for so long, coaches will kind of tiptoe, me included, will tiptoe around doing certain things because you didn't feel like you could do that and still climb the ladder. And because we didn't have no examples like that. And so for my generation, for what I do, we look at head coaches like Coach Sample, but specifically coaches like Todd and that Sock staff as saying, look, that's an example right there of you can go be your true and authentic self. Now, everybody can't go be Sock. Right. That's unique to South Oak Cliff. But the point is that you should be able to go and be whoever your authentic self is without feeling guilty about it. And now we have examples out there like that. Now we can point to a Todd. We can go and point to a South Oak Cliff program. And now there is an example of a successful coach that can wear Jordans on the sideline and that not be looked at like a taboo thing. And shout out to them because seriously, that's what they've being able to say certain things and communicate things in a certain type of way. You maybe didn't always feel comfortable about that until we had a coach that represented that up there at the highest level. And so they trendsetters, and the world love a winner. And I think the unique thing about what they have been doing, they've been Sock before the championship. Sock been getting built on a year in, year out basis. I really just think that they went and they put a championship on top of it, and that draws everybody attention. That demands a different level of respect from people. And that's been great for the culture. It's been great for everybody. When you look at people like Coach Smoke on the South Oak Cliff staff, he made it okay, and for it to be a little bit more acceptable now for people to be able to go out there and coach with their goals in their mouth and not feel guilty about taking them out before you go in front of an administrator. That's who he is. And so I just love how they've been able to embrace their culture, do what's best for kids, do it the right way, but it looks different than what we've ever seen in my time as a Texas high school football coach. Maybe it was like that back in the Carter days. I wasn't around.
No.
Coach. I don't know who them coach was, but I know.
Well, I played at Carter, Coach. I played at Carter. So I played at Carter back in them days. All right. So J Mac went to Carter for 4.5 years and transferred to DeSoto as fifth year.
Damn, that's messed up.
It was. Now, here's what I can tell you. The swagger was the kids. We had that swagger. You know what I'm saying? That you talking about, the true authentic selves. We were taught to be that way. You know what I'm saying? I would say probably the closest person to that probably been Coach Chambers. You know what I mean? Who was a lot like us because he was younger. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So in a way you're right, but in a way, nah, man. I believe kind of like at Carter and with Todd, authenticity, it breeds championship. I think that's a championship trait. Being authentic, being true to their own self. You know what I'm saying? To their own self, be true. Right? So,
you understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, Coach, I understand. I mean, we talk about it with Todd. We like Todd. Some of the stuff you say, you couldn't say if you won the state championship head coach. You know what I'm saying? But those are the same things that make us love Todd. Like these are conversations we have with him periodically. Like we have to protect Todd. That's our national treasure. You know what I'm saying? In our community, because he like us. You know what I'm saying? So Samples, Mathis, those are our national treasures. So when you coming down south, coach, it comes with a certain protection from people who look like us when they move like us. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, it's got a way larger impact because it's not just it's everybody that looks
But
at
that's our neighborhood though, coach. Like that's what I'm saying. You could find a Coach Todd at Atwell with Coach Walter. You know what I'm saying? You could find a Coach Todd at the Redbird Raiders with Earl Thompson. We've grown up with the Coach Todds. So in our community where we're from, how we were raised, we've always been outspoken and been out and true authentic. That's why when people talk about Oak Cliff, they always or DISD, or they talk about like South Dallas. We are true and authentic, and I think that bothers a lot of people. So for you to be who you are, coach, just me telling you, just for whatever it's worth, it might not be worth nothing. Being your true self, man. If these people gonna like you, they gonna like you. You know what I'm saying? And them people over there like you. So but be you, man.
Yeah, but you got to understand that being me or being your true authentic self hadn't always
true.
That hasn't always been the thing that'll help you rise the ladder in this profession. Sometimes being your true self, hold coaches back from getting the job in the suburbs that they want. Now, what I'm saying, the big impact, the large cultural impact of what you see in the South Oak Cliff program and the way that they've gone about doing it, what it's been able to do is for the career coach that's coming into this business, who's been told that when you go to coaching school, you got to talk, walk, and act a certain type of way. When you go in a program, it's got to look a certain type of way. Now, because that was the championship model. That's what you saw at the top. That's all you saw. Now you have a different example. Now you have a different image that says, so wait a minute, you mean to tell me if I don't tuck my shirt in, I'm still a good football coach? Because those two things have been, you know what I'm saying? And not just using that as an example. It's just so many people that have felt like, man, it don't feel right to tuck my shirt in, so I'm gonna wear my shirt untucked. Well, now you can do that and walk around and still shake hands and feel accepted. But you wouldn't feel that way as a real career coach trying to run the ladder if Coach Todd and Ward and them guys, what they built at SOC hadn't happened. You wouldn't feel as confident, in my opinion, being able to go do that, because now you don't have a championship example to point to. Now you do. Now you see somebody who say, man, if I could do it my way, I would have liked to do it the way that they did it, but you never felt comfortable doing it until now. Now you can point to, oh yeah, they won multiple championships doing it this way. So now it's okay. Now it's became an acceptable norm in a lot of places because people attracted to a winner.
I agree with that, coach. And like you say, before that, it was the older coach. It was the Freddie James, the Coach Samples. It was more the older coach. So
it was generation. Yeah.
Right. So you can relate more to someone that you see, even though Todd more our age, he relates to younger coaches. Because he has a younger coach staff.
Right? So watch this, Coach Davis. So they do that. All right, just my experience coming up through the coaching ladder, right? When you're at a program like Michigan, and when we was at Michigan, I worked at Michigan and University of Texas. They tell you how you should move. I always had a coach who pull me to the side. Hey man, put your shirt in. Hey man, do this, right? And I didn't like it, right? For whatever reason. But a lot of times they do that because I could relate more to players. I could get players that they couldn't. You know what I mean? And it was more so me just being true authentic. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not slouchy. I'm fly. I'm just not your flyness. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You know, like I'm wearing Jordans. Like, we got a Nike deal, so what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? You just want to wear the sideline zooms. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times that's just a way of controlling people. You know what I'm saying? And I think, again, when you are able to be authentic, I think when people hire coaches, you got to do one or two things. You got to be okay with who they are, and you got to be okay with the shit that you don't like. You got to be. Yeah. And so if those are things that bother you, you don't bring, that's not the staff for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you're able to get into a situation where you're with a Tide, or even a Jim Harbaugh didn't care. Said, I wore a t-shirt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's whoever your boss is that cares more about things than other than, hey man, I told him to pull his socks down to his calf. They over his calf. We worrying about too much. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Coach Carl. What comes first, the winning or the swag? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, what comes first? They're not things. Those are results, right?
I mean, results, but what I'm saying is,
winning is a result of everything that you do, right? Like, you don't say, "Hey, man, we're finna go win this championship." No, we're gonna attack every day. We're gonna build every day. We're gonna win every day. That develops the culture. Once you start winning, there are things that people feel. When they get extremely confident, that's way more swagger. Because they're confident in the ways that are producing championship efforts. So once you start building those on top of building those, then you win a championship. Then you start doing things that they haven't been able to do in years. And now that confidence brews. And once that confidence brews, you're going to call it swagger. In our crew, in our department, we're just going to call it being extremely confident and prepared.
Yeah, and I understand what Coach Shea was saying, because that don't play well in certain communities. You know what I'm saying? Like in some of them suburbs, I can name one, but I ain't gonna throw a community under the bus right now. But yeah, in certain communities, you ain't gonna be able to come in there with that type of energy.
But that's not the community for him, though. That's what I'm saying. I
would say a lot of the communities were like that outside of you know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, Pat. A lot of communities work for us like they are now. You know what I'm saying? And that's the point. Like a lot of times, man, and Coach Shavers, you please interject. A lot of times, man, coaches go in situations where they have no business being. Just from their morals, their principles, their integrity, their character, everything. Yeah. Because now you're not comfortable when you go to work. Now you're scared to be who you are.
Yeah.
And now how are you gonna get the best out of me?
It's been time. You exactly right, and that's been true. That's been true for me personally. Not all the time, and whether that's been something that I felt from an administration, or that I felt from my superiors, or if that was just something that was intrinsic, regardless of where it came from, I felt that. There was times where I would have to go in there and try, for the sake of being professionally accepted, have to maybe water down a specific area of our players' excitement, or of our coaches doing a certain thing, to put on this show of professionalism almost, so you can continue to be accepted in certain places. And I think, you know, what had to be redefined was what was actually professional versus what wasn't professional. And what you learn the longer you in this business is that it's based off of a lot of people's opinions, and how you go about defining what professional is different. And so I just think that there was a model that was set a specific type of way. A championship program looked like this, a championship caliber coach looked like this. Now that model has been shaken. And the great thing about that model being shaken, it helps. I think if you study Texas high school football enough, it helps the young coach who's building himself, one, into a coach that can grow in this business, but a coach that maybe gets a head job and is building the program. Now you got multiple examples to where you can find yourself in between you know, a Tom Westerberg and a Jason Tye, where you know what I'm saying, where you can find where you fit in, and more importantly, where your customer fits in, your kids, your parents, and your community. And so that's important. But to answer your question, you know, it does the championships come before the swagger, or the swagger before the championships? Like, you are who you are. And like you said, Carr, the byproduct of that is winning and being consistent. A lot of the things that you see that excites you about South Oak Cliff football, it was happening when they was getting knocked out the playoffs by Frisco. I know Coach Ward well. I've seen him from the time he went to that program day one to where it is now. You got a coaching staff that's committed to doing something special for a community, and I think that's what drives them intrinsically. But the things that catch your attention about South Oak Cliff football, it's been happening. When they wasn't winning state championships, they still was stepping in the same way that they step. So I think that's important to notice too. You don't become death row after you win it all. That's who they were.
Hey, because what you say, them kids know who real and who ain't.
Yeah, let me ask something real quick. Let me ask something let me ask something. You know what, Coach? No, when you was at McKinney, the reason why I feel you was winning, you know, when you got there, McKinney had won anything 20 years. You there 6 years, you turned that program around. You the whole 360. And my belief is the reason, you know, you winning and have success is, you know, the players could gravitate towards you gravitate towards you as a coach and as a person. Don't you agree? Like, for, you know, the players can relate to you more than maybe their previous coach. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with being able to relate and build relationships with kids. I think not just with the head coach, though. I think it's the people that you put around the head coach. That's been the biggest thing, is that, you know, the head coach sets the tone, but you got to hire like-minded staff members. You know, like you got to have people that's in the building that takes that culture into the building and takes them into those position meeting rooms. I think we put a staff together was the biggest thing that we did to turn our success around at McKinney. No different than what we starting to do here in North Forney. You got to put like-minded individuals in the building who are an extension of me, because I could sell a committee on a vision, and I could sell a group of kids and a group of parents on a vision. But the minute they go into the position meeting room with the wide receiver coach who just don't understand the vision, it all goes to hell. It don't work. So you gotta one, hire like-minded individuals, and then you gotta meet and you gotta make sure that y'all are all aligned and on the same page about things. Because you go out and hire all these good coaches from good staffs, and they all coming in bringing different ways of doing things. As the head coach, you got to put everybody on one accord and saying, hey, this is the North Forney way of doing things. And when you got that kind of consistency, you got a real chance of flipping something. But it start with the people. You're exactly right, B-Rise. You got to be able to have the people in the building that can relate to the kids in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
that's important.
One thing, Coach, people want you to be a regular, man, so that means you can't stay away now. They say Coach Shaver's got to be a regular on the dub.
I just want to know why I was never good enough to come on here in the last 2 years. We had some good winners.
I'm going to tell you, Coach, because I've been trying to reach out to you. I've been trying to reach out to you since we first started this show, and we going into our third year.
Yep.
And Pat know this. Pat know this. First, I went to somebody that said they was a good friend. Number one, you wouldn't follow me back on Twitter, so I could never message you. So number two, I had a good friend that was with your he claimed he was a good friend with Coach Jordan, and he was supposed to be. Matter of fact, he even called one time on a three-way, and Coach Jordan was like, "Yeah, dog, we can do that." Never heard back from nobody. Never heard back from nobody.
We've been trying, Coach. We've been trying, man. We've been trying, man.
I'm gonna have to
try. That's one thing about me.
Y'all do a good job, man.
Yeah, ask him, do he remember talking to Chris Lott and J-Mac? Because we was all on the three-way. And he said, he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And I ain't heard nothing else since. So, you know.
Have to hit my boy and see what's going on.
I was like, see, that's them up north Negroes. They don't fool with us down south. They don't fool with us.
Hey, but hold on, Coach Savers. Now that you said that, J-Mac, but Coach Savers, listen. What do you think of what do you think about the team you left? A lot of people got them ranked in the top 10, top 12. What do you think about the team that you left that was rocking the fake block M? That was the only reason why I was messing with you, because you had a block M, but keep it moving.
It was a fake block M. It wasn't the actual Michigan one. But
it's all good, Coach. It's okay. Y'all had the colors and everything. Listen, Coach, I roll with you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I roll with you because But anyway, continue.
They got a lot of talent coming back over there. You know, it's a good football team, a good solid group of seniors over there. I think they've gotten into a favorable district in terms of the people that they got to play this year. Not that it's going to be a light push, but I think they got a chance to go win a district championship. I mean, they on paper, I think they're going to be as talented as any football team that takes the field this year. So I love them kids, man. I love them kids, and I hope they go reach their full potential. If they reach their full potential, I think they got a chance to be special.
Yeah. Hey, now, Coach, I want to, because it's been over an hour, man. I ain't going to lie. And I'm loving the hell out of it. The audience is loving it. But, I usually don't like to keep the coaches over an hour unless your name Todd Award, because they like to keep us for 3 hours. But I hope we ain't disturbing you, because I do want to talk about the future of your program with the district, the schedule, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So first off, I'm gonna give you a little bulletin board material, man. So I know all my North Forney homies, coaches, my new homies, because I've been following and been getting followed by a lot of North Forney new coaches. I need all y'all to bring up, get the screenshot on. I'm gonna give y'all some bulletin board material, right? So your second game is against Plano East.
Yeah.
They have a famous alumni by the name of Mac Diggs, right?
Yeah.
So I want to show everybody. Yeah, I gotta go there, man. I ain't shit. This is what Diggs feel about North Forney.
North Forney District.
Hey, can you read that out loud?
I read it. Because man Alonzo, he feel like North Forney could be district champs. Now, man Diggs, who's alumni of Plano East, who y'all play second game, said, I put a massive amount of bet on this. The likelihood that they could beat Longview, Forney, Rockwall, and Rockwall Heat. Now, I don't know what the hell Rockwall Heat's on the LD.
And they got y'all.
Ridiculously. He said ridiculous. I mean, he used golly, man. He used
the big words.
He did. He used the SAT word. He said ridiculously low. He said there's a 1% possibility beating any one of them. Did you hear what I just said, Coach? 1% chance that you could beat any one of them.
No, he said they would be a successful season.
If they beat one of them.
It would be a successful season if you just beat one of them. And if you can see my comment right there, I was like, well, hell, what the hell is so special about Heat? But that's just something else. But I just want to give you a little bit, man. You see what, you got to play his team week 2.
Yeah.
And if you need to, I can text you that screenshot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help my people out. Yeah.
I appreciate it. I see that. He's got a great mind for high school football. He got a great mind for high school football. He follow programs, and he entitled to his own opinion. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a whole lot of them, and those some good football teams he mentioned, and we got our work cut out for us. But I just don't feel like it's we're gonna take it 1 week. I heard what he
You think it's a 1% chance? And I just don't get me wrong. I love McD. He the reason why we doing what we do. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying?
Shout out to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the homie. McD is the homie. He's the reason why we do this. But I just thought that was kind of wild, Coach. Like we talking about a team that did go to the second round. Like we ain't talking about a team that was 0 for 10.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna talk. I want you to talk about the district. I can pull the district up, man. But just talk. It is a hard district. There's a lot of great coaches in this district. You know, I wouldn't compare it to the District of Doom, but I would say I think it's a lot of great coaches in this district with a lot of great programs, man. But just what's your opinion about the coach?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a lot of good programs, a lot of great programs, and great football coaches. When you look at our district, top to bottom, I think it's one of the, top to bottom, one of the more competitive districts in the Metroplex. Just top to bottom. I think you're gonna have to bring it every single week in this district. When you look at those teams, Forney High School, Longview, Rockwall, Heath, Roy City, and Tyler Legacy, all good football teams. With good coaches, they won a lot of games, and we're gonna have our work cut out for us. But to me, I don't flinch when I see that. To be honest with you, and it's not a disrespect on them programs or disrespect on those coaches. 6 years ago, I walked into a situation at McKinney High School that was very similar from the standpoint of we had the Allens and the Den Geyers and the Prospers, and you had all of these big time programs with these great coaches that had played a lot of playoff football, and we had a lot less to build with when we started at McKinney. And we were able to build a program that will become competitive as all those teams that we just mentioned. So when I see this, I see stiff competition. I see you having to bring it every week. But it's nothing that's, that I'm gonna lose a whole lot of sleep over.
Because coach, you for damn sure ain't worried about playing no East.
Don't get big.
I need you to tap into your inner Coach Mathis.
Don't get Diggs fired up on here, Coach. I don't want to get that Coach Bulliten board material.
You don't have to, because my bad.
Week two, Coach. Week 2. That's all I'm saying. Week 2, when we look over at Plato East sideline, this is what I need to see right here.
Boy, y'all.
Hey, J-Mac, North 40 by what, J-Mac? North 40 by what?
40. North 40 by 40. That's all.
We gonna respect them all, but bar none. We gonna bar none. I mean, that's gonna be the mentality. We're gonna go out there and we're gonna spot the ball and go play them all. And can't wait. I think that's how you get better. I remember talking to Coach Ward about all them trips that they had to make down there to Longview in their early, days of building their program. You got to go play good people to be good. You got to go play some tough programs, and we fortunate to have those programs in our district. I mean, Rockwall Heath, led by the guys that coach them schools. I mean, they won a lot of football games. They score a lot of points. It's a lot going on in this district for sure. I mean, it's a lot, but that's what you want, because once you get your program, that's what I believe. Anywhere I done been, I feel like I done been able to reach the full potential of the program. I really think that if you get the full potential out of North Forney High School, you got one of the more dominant football programs, the potential to have one of the more dominant football programs in the Metroplex. It's going to take some time, but it could be done there.
Oh, yeah, you're in the South now, Coach.
Yeah, you got a chance. You got a real chance out here once you get it built. And so I'm excited about that. And the only way you do that is playing good people. still hard-nosed competition, good coaches that's going to challenge you. And then once you get the program built and you could become one of them top teams that get in the playoffs year in, year out of that district, once you get in there, you're going to have a chance to go make some noise in that district because you done been challenged all the way through. And so the better competition that you around, the better chance you got of growing. You know what I'm saying? And so
who are your first 3 games, Coach?
We'll open up with Skyline. We'll
pull it up. Let me pull it up.
open up with Skyline week 1. Then y'all mentioned we'll go to Plano East week 2. And then we'll go to Mesquite week 3. And then we'll go to Mansville Lake Ridge week 4.
Well, Coach, one thing's for sure. I could see 3-1 and 4-0 because you definitely beating the Fire and B Riders.
Hey,
what you call them? Beating who?
The Fighting B Riders.
Oh yeah, Cole, we didn't tell you that. You playing Lake Ridge. That's B Ron's team, man.
Lake Ridge tough out there.
Hey.
Lake Ridge tough out there.
Our good folk fans in the group.
Now you didn't make this schedule, right? This schedule was waiting on you when you got there.
Yeah, when I walked in, that was what was sitting on the desk. Yeah.
Okay, so just tell me, man, when you coming from McKinney, you step in, you take over, they fit this schedule. What was your first initial thought when you saw the schedule?
Willow. I'm sorry. That was real swaggies. My bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
I saw a good balance in the schedule. I saw that the non-district schedule was definitely good enough to get you ready for a tough district schedule, but without having you go and shoot all your bullets before you get to district. And so I like the flow of it. I like the tough competition on the schedule. That was it. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been more focused on North Forney than anybody else on that schedule. I hadn't even. Luckily, we got a staff in place right now, so the early stages are starting to break down the opponents and all of that starting to happen. But man, I got the job April 26th. My focus has been on North Forney, and I know that sounds cliche, but when I looked at the schedule, them just nameless, faceless opponents to me. I mean, we got to get us, and right now that's where our focus is, just trying to get through the summer and then get to fall camp so I can see the kids with pads on. Then I'm able to have assessment and speak more. Educated about exactly where we fall in the play against some of these other programs, because really and truly, it's just a lot of potential right now. And I think at its best, we can be the best. But at the same time, there's just so many factors. There's so many things that we still have to improve on in-house so that we can have a fair shake. And so I really think if y'all invite me back on the show sometime mid to late
Coach.
Yeah. Mid to late August, I'm gonna have a whole lot better understanding, where we are as a real football team. We would have gone through enough install, enough reps with pads on, playing real football, understand exactly where we at, and
who your scrimmages, Coach?
We gonna go to
scrimmages. Who you scrimmages?
We going to Lancaster. We going to Lancaster. We scrimmage Lancaster, and that's it. We only gonna take one. We're gonna do a big inter squad scrimmage August 16th at the new North Forney High School Stadium. It's gonna be called the Northside Block Party. Y'all need to show up out there. It's gonna
be there, Coach.
Community.
We invited. We coming.
Yeah, August 16th, man. It's gonna be a big old show. We're gonna put our whole high school on display, celebrate all the programs, all the organizations. We're gonna try to bring the community out. We got our own Shine and Jewel right there on our side of town. And so It's going to be a great opportunity, a great atmosphere. I want it to feel like the Little League football atmosphere. We want to open up the track. We want to allow people to come down and be on the track. We want DJ food trucks, all that. We want to get our community out there, and we're going to have a block party and have an inter-squad scrimmage as kind of the backdrop of that event. And then we'll go scrimmage Lancaster the next week.
Man, we should do that. We should do that live. We should be live for that one.
Let me
When
ask
is it on a Saturday, Coach?
Yeah, no, that's a Friday.
A Friday.
What time?
It's Friday evening or Friday day?
Friday 6:30 p.m.
Well, Coach, we got a slight bit of a problem. We're gonna need J-Mac to be able to get there, so we could do Saturday.
Saturday would,
But no,
Saturday would help.
Saturday would help.
I live on a complete opposite side of town.
So we'll just be there in spirit.
Well, no, we gonna make it, Coach. We just talking about being on time.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a block. It's a block party. Y'all ever been to a block party?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They tell you a block party starts at 7 and it go until. And so it ain't no tardy to the block party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you, Coach.
So y'all having the scrimmage that day too, right?
Yeah, the scrimmage gonna be going on. We'll have food trucks, bounce houses, all type of stuff going on for the kids. Live DJ. I mean, all of that going on out there. It's gonna be a fun event.
Yeah. Last time I was in the bounce house, I got stuck.
Now it's not for you. It's for the babies.
Okay. Well, I'll just making sure.
Go in there. You can't go
We're not
in
gonna
there.
jump in there. All the balls gonna be gone. It ain't gonna be no.
Man, they're gonna jump in there. That bounce house gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna owe somebody some money for that bounce house.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Coach. I love the scrimmage. I love Lancaster. That's my guy, Coach Paul. I love the scrimmage with Lancaster, but I also love your first game because I feel like, Jacoby is my homie. So I think that's gonna test your offense because they got a great defense and they should be perfectly healthy week 1. So that's gonna be very, very tough. I feel like that's gonna give your offense a nice test. I think Langston have a real physical, fast defense. So I think early it'll test your offense. What you got? Well, what players you got? Who should we be looking out for? Kind of just give us a. I do know that the starting quarterback he relocated to Cedar Hill. So y'all looking for a new quarterback. Now, who don't want to live in crime-free Cedar Hill? It's crime-free. It's wonderful out there. So what we do?
Hey, so look here. I think right now the strong suit of our football team is the defense. I really think that you got to look at look in the back end with those returning players that we have back there, and Caleb Holt and Gianni Edwards. You got Jackson Van Aden back there. I mean, you got a bunch of skilled, really talented playmakers in the secondary that are returning, that played a lot of football. Offensively, I mentioned our lines, both sides of the ball. I think we come in and we got a chance to compete day one up front on both sides of the ball. I mean, we strong. We got some size. I think we're gonna have we got the personnel to be able to come out and pound people. We got a big, physical, strong offensive line that's well coached. Probably is the strength of the football team. Those guys have been impressive since I stepped on campus as a unit. And then you got 2 returning running backs that were both really productive last year in Andy and Kellen Sanders. And so, I'm excited. We got some pieces to start with, and we got to continue to build around them. We do got to find a signal caller, and we got some guys working that competition right now, and we're trying to find the best one. I mean, I think that's the quarterback position, man, I think it's the most important position in all sports. And so the kids that we got working there, we're confident in. We just got to, put them through the fire to see who's going to be the best one. And hopefully kids start understanding that Forney, the crime rate has dropped tremendously, and they can start staying there now. And they don't have to leave.
Yeah.
Find peace.
That's right.
You can find peace right there in Child, Travis Ranch. You can find a safe on the north side of Forney, Texas.
So it's a good place for a lot of witness protection. If you just need
fastest growing now in the United States.
Man,
yeah, you can get lost out there, baby. Just go out to good old North Forney. You know what I mean? Look for the N and the F, and
35
you're there.
Foot house, man. 3,500 square foot house out there for a good price.
Cause tell them how they need to get to North Forney. If they coming from the southern sector, how they need to go?
From any sector. If they from any sector.
Hey, y'all. Everybody moving to Forney, man.
Is that off 20?
All right.
You can get there from a lot of different directions.
You can get there from 30, huh?
I'm still learning. I'm not sure about 30.
Maybe even 80.
I just know, man,
Google works.
It's a beautiful
right.
Hey,
Google works.
Fastest growing school district, man, in the state of Texas, Forney ISD. We right here at the edge of all the growth, man, right here at the beginning of the big boom. And so it's exciting. We anticipate there being 4,000 to 5,000 kids in North Forney High School, in 2027, 2028.
Wow.
You talk about doubling the population of a school, man. The growth is unreal. And it's still a lot of land out there to build on.
And surely you can find you 20. Surely you can find you 30 to 35 good hard working football players out of that 4,000.
I mean, I just feel like if you only need 11, and so if we can get 5,000 kids in the building, I don't think we're gonna have a problem finding 11 football players to put on the football field.
Well, no, because you're gonna need a little bit more than 11. But I get what you're saying. It's only 11 on the field.
11 at a time.
Yeah, 11 at a time, because we don't want the people going both ways. J-Mac like that type of stuff, man. We ain't with that foolishness.
I love it. Hey, I'm a fan of old school football. I'm telling you, when I go to a game and I see the best player out there playing both ways, I get excited. Like Coach Carr get about special teams. I'm like, see, that's a program that want to win. The worst thing. I'll be honest with you, Coach. I know we I'm gonna let you go. I know we keep you, but the worst thing I can see, man, I promise you, is when I see an offense with all these skilled players and these receivers and running backs just clowning, running up and down the field, and then when the team get on defense, the other team just clowning, running up and down the field because your secondary can't cover nobody, or your linebackers can't tackle nobody. Look, these kids
put your best athletes.
They can play both ways.
That's the thing that tripped me out about people's philosophy about playing their best players on special teams. It's like, it's crazy to me. We had a 5-star safety at McKinney, Xavier Filsamy. And the argument will come up from time to time, like, man, do we want X on kickoff? And I'm like, man, how many times do we kick off during the game? I think we averaging around, 35, 42 points a game, something like that. So I'm thinking, we maybe have an average of 6 kickoffs a game, 6, 7 kickoffs a game, something like that. And I said, man, you mean to tell me a 5-star football player can't play an additional 6 plays in a game? That's all you really talking about when you're looking at an elite football player being on kickoff. You're talking about 6 extra sprints. And if your kicker good, you anticipating a touchback So all he doing is just getting him a extra sprint, 640s, and and then go play defense.
Already warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah, and so man, that's just we gonna play the best players wherever, and we play them at both sides of the ball too. Guys, if you can help us, if there's an efficiency from a depth standpoint, and we can try to fill that depth with a player from the other side of the ball, we got a plan to be able to do that too.
Yeah. Now, who is that guy, Coach? Who is your athlete where you like he could change the game on offense and defense?
It's hard to tell right now because I just ain't got to coach them in pass.
Oh, you ain't did 907 yet, so it don't even matter.
But I mean, just off the top of my head, man, you got some guys, man. You got some guys that you feel like can help both sides of the ball. Just yet to be determined. First, we got to determine where it's needed at. Where is the depth? I can tell you this: like we got a defensive back, Josiah Turner, who came from Forney, started at Forney last year. He came back home to crime-free North Forney this year, and he's getting reps. Right. He's getting reps. He's getting reps for us at the quarterback position. That's a dynamic football player who can play corners.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said. I heard about him, Coach.
Who can also play the quarterback position if needed. And so, he's
quarterback.
One.
Hold on.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the man coming up. Listen, Coach J Mac, I'm gonna tell you since you out here being Wendy Williams with Diggs.
How's that, man? The man put it in right.
First of all, I'm just saying. Now that Coach spoke on it, I feel free that I can speak on it. I heard this quarterback is really good. I heard he was supposed to be the man at Forney. Now he decided that, okay, it's twofold, Coach, is what I'm going to get at. And you don't have to answer because it's just something that I kind of see is starting to happen. My ears been burning. I've been kind of pushed into some things. Now, there's a lot of people at the Jackrabbits at Forney that are looking to go to the more crime-free blue-collar side of town, as opposed to hanging out with the Jackrabbits, the originators. Kendrick had a line to say, "Not like us." He had some more lines in there, and Drake threw a line in there, and here we are.
Yeah, I think this, Carl. Boy, I gotta watch you, boy. Yeah.
Like a mug.
Hey, look here. The good thing about Forney ISD is this: we got very, very strongly drawn attendance zone lines in our community, and the ones that live on the north side of Highway 80, they're in a crime-free, safe place where they can go develop as a student athlete
and a person, Coach, and a person, right?
That's correct. And every person that lives on the north side of Highway 80 in our community, I believe is going to benefit from the things that we're getting ready to do as a football program and as a school as a whole.
I love it. I'm pumped. I am North Forney coach. I don't do lists, but if I did, going into August, North Forney would be on my list. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Oh, they on mine. I'm excited, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited. I was excited when you got the job, and then when I started, the coaches coming. And then, like I said, my guy Hitchens, when I saw him coming from Brownsville, I was like, okay, coach doing something. Then I saw the defensive coach. I said, okay. Coach kind of working his magic over there. Okay, Forney ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna be no. We just happy to be here. We just happy to get a job. Like coach coming to try to do something, and that got me excited about North Forney. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I like. Like that.
Anywhere I'd have never been, I feel like I'd have been a change agent, and a large part of that is because of the type of people that I have around me. I think anything successful that I ever been a part of in this business has been on the backs of the good coaches and the really talented players that I done ever been around. I don't see this situation being no different. We got damn good football coaches and we got damn good players out here. And if we can get them all on one accord, if we can get them all going the right direction, it's going to be something scary. And I don't think it's going to have to take 6 years either. I think that we got, and this is it for me. Like I could say that, like this would be the first time I've gotten a job where I've had to move, where I'm moving into the community. Like I'm buying a house next to North Forney. I ride my bike. I want to invest in the community. I want to be a part of that. I think there's something that's really unique about that. We keep referring to Coach Todd and them guys, you know, at South Oak Cliff and them guys, a lot of them guys being from that community and them surrounding areas. I think there's something about investing in the place that you at. I'm buying a house on the north side of Forney. I'm trying to build a program that I want my son to graduate from. I got a 10-year-old. He'll be in 4th grade next year. So we're building this thing at the beginning with the end in mind. And it's something to pay close attention to.
No, that's dope.
Yes, sir.
If you can't relate to the kids in your community, what makes you think you're gonna coach them?
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
We moving there, man.
That's the beautiful thing.
This ain't no stepping stone. I done had the job a lot of people won't, you know, but I feel like I got the job now that's gonna allow me to actually go in there, allow our staff to actually go in there and have a huge impact on not only a football program, but on a school campus that needs that. And then in a community that really needs that tradition. You talk about Forney, and they've been around for a long time. They got a lot of built-in tradition. We got a chance to build our own unique world over there on the north side of Forney. And I'm excited about the people that I get to work with in that endeavor and the kids. That's why this place ain't broken. That's why this ain't a broken program. Like, it's because of the kids. I'll be honest with you. I think it's been some things poorly mismanaged and mishandled at this place. And I can say that with confidence now after being here for over a month. But it's not a broken situation because of the quality of kid they have. Talented, yes. But, man, them kids take pride in wearing the NF logo. And they take pride in what that North Forney logo mean for them and what it represents for them. It could be a bad situation if it wasn't for the amount of pride that the kids take in football at that place. And that's why I'm excited about it. It's a as good of a foundation walking into a situation as I've ever experienced. Not to say that that's going to be the difference in early success or not, but it's the best situation right off the bat that I ever walked into.
Oh, yeah. Coach, how was y'all track team? Y'all track team pretty good?
At North Forney?
Yeah.
Competitive. We had some kids get out into the regional tournaments. I got here right at the end. I think it was right after regionals when I took the job, and we probably had 5 or 6, I know, on the male side, kids, a couple of hurdlers, a relay team, a jumper, and a thrower. I think make it to the regional meet. And so, you know, I say pretty average. I gotta do some more research on how consistent we've been, but I know this year was a good year for track. I can tell you that track's going to improve tremendously at North Forney because of the infrastructure and the way it was scheduled before. My opinion, it wasn't as big of a priority as I need it to be now. I heavily depend on the track program for my speed development, and I just don't think that, you know, a 20, 30-minute track practice for a football player is suffices. I think it's checking the box. I think that you got to set your kids up to be able to go out there and train full speed. And so I think with some of the coaches that we brought in that we're going to add to that program, as well as how we're going to schedule track practices now, I think that's all going to benefit the kids running as well as the program.
Hey, Coach, now if you need a consultant to come in and get your program right. His name is Alonzo. Now,
Yes.
Alonzo Tutson is by far the most dangerous black track coach in the world. He's actually a political activist as well as a track coach. He will get things
And a
done in the
McKinney
community.
alumni.
And say that again, J Mac.
And he's a McKinney alumni.
And he's a McKinney alumni. He will come down to crime-free North Forney. He's done unbelievable things out there in Denton. He's part of the Anna community, you know, Texoma. He really thinks he's from Oklahoma and really thinks Texoma is a thing, and it's really not. It's just Texas or Oklahoma. You got to pick one. And so,
Like Texarkana.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's Arkansas.
But he is
You
a
in
track
Arkansas,
guy.
you in
Hey,
Texas. I don't know.
he's
Yeah.
a good track guy.
Hey,
He's
so
a
do
good
y'all
track guy.
know y'all know Coach Young? They say he a Dallas legend. Y'all all South Dallas folks. Coach Young, I think it's Michael Young. They say he started or is a big part of the track club of Dallas or something like that. Y'all, that name don't ring a bell to y'all in your mind?
I'm gonna be honest.
What's the name of his track club?
I think it's Track Club, the Dallas Track Club or something like that, or the Track Club of Dallas.
I'm gonna be honest. I know Ray Lambo.
He used to coach. He coached all the Ward brothers, and he coached a lot of fast folks that came out of South Dallas. But he's like a long-term sub at North Forney, and I know he was volunteering last year with the track program. His reputation.
Track Dallas. That's it.
Track Dallas. Okay.
Track Dallas.
Y'all heard of that? Yeah. Is that a good like track?
Yeah. Track Dallas guy. Yeah. They good. Yeah.
That's what I heard. Coach Young, man, he come out as a consultant and help with the track program quite a bit. And I heard he got a wealth of knowledge. I done sat down and talked to him, and he gonna continue to help us. He do it for free.
Yeah, no, I'm
tell you what, Coach.
You got it.
We're gonna have to curve this off. We can't keep you forever, Coach. I know you're tired. You want to watch the Mavericks like everybody else.
Don't blame that on me, Jay.
Jay Mac just want to get off and go watch the Mavericks. That's all that is, Coach.
I'm watching it right here, man. I ain't got to go nowhere.
Damn, go shut up, bro.
The thing about it, Coach, I got to be considerate, man. I can't, because like I said, I'm only used to holding the other two homies past the hour, really. So I don't be wanting to. I want to make sure you come back, Coach. And I want your offense coordinator and your defense coordinator on the dub. Can you do that for us?
Defensive coordinator, he say he ain't allowed to talk to nobody right now.
No, tell him. No, he gonna want a head coaching job one day.
Yeah, he might need to stay off this show. Yeah, Shaver, just keep him off the show and protect him. Yeah, don't let him come on this show.
No, he good.
Well, we get the OC there.
No, them two. No,
you need to coach.
Listen, you need to get both of them. Both of them guys, man, they fantastic coordinators, but man, them guys got head coach written all over. And man, I hope that what we able to do by raising, the value of this brand at North Forney helps them guys get that opportunity. They deserving of it. And the things that they gonna do for our program, I think it's gonna show people what they'll be able to do as head coaches. And so, man, we need to get them on here. They both good people, good men, and hella fine ball coaches too. So need to get them on here.
You got Mario Edwards on your staff too. I saw that.
Man, yeah, Coach L was legendary. Coach L was on staff, and he hell of a football coach. I done heard about Coach L was on the outside looking in. I coached against his son back when I was at Wichita Falls, and Mario Edwards Jr. was playing at Den Ryan High School. So I heard about him then, and he went to Florida State, and he was a head coach at a private school. So I kind of known a little bit about him from the outside looking in, but actually getting to be around him, talking about an energy that's unmatched, talking about just a excellent technician at the DB position. I mean, I done been fortunate now to be able to work with Cal Ward, Corey Jordan, Mario Edwards. Like, man, I've had some the I mean, it's been a blessing. I've had some heavy hitter DB coaches that I've had the opportunity to be around, and Coach Edwards and Cam Onick. I mean, they cut from that same type of cloth. Elite DB coaches, proven developers, with kids playing on the next level to show for it. And so I've been blessed to be around some good DB coaches.
He a dog too.
Yeah, man. Nah, he go hard, man. We fortunate. We got a good staff. They're about kids, man. And so I think that's all gonna translate to some positive things for our program going forward. It's about the people. Can never forget that. It's always about the people. And we got some, I feel like, on paper, it's potentially one of the best staffs I've ever been a part of, top to bottom. And so
it's impressive. No doubt about it.
But that's on
Coach
paper.
Ward violent back then.
You actually do something. But on paper, it looked good.
Was Coach Ward violent back then at West Mesquite? Was he violent back then?
Coach Ward been Coach Ward. I think he's matured some, but I don't think I saw this violent person that y'all speak of. I've heard about him, but I heard that was more of the Coach Ward at the Lincoln days. I don't think I didn't get to experience that version of Coach Ward. But yeah, I think
he's more of a bully now.
He a bully?
Yeah, he's just a bully now, I think. No, he getting older.
If he don't like something, that if you a person that talk too much, he might slap you.
Well, Coach Ward has turned to be very passive aggressive, so to speak. He said when he was at West, he was the same person that he is now. And and we love Coach Ward. Coach Ward. That's our guy. Because I can believe that he'll slap somebody. He is very volatile. And he's so unassuming when you look at him.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, he's really gangster-ish.
You don't know if he like the old mafia gangsters. You know what I'm saying? They gentlemen first. You know, but then when you cross that line, it's all the way up. You know, it's either one way or the other with him.
Right.
I hadn't personally got to experience the violent side of it. I done heard about him.
But, he has sock now, Coach. He could be himself.
He one of the best developers I've never been around, man.
Most definitely.
Oh, man, we love Ward. That's our guy, man. For real. No, Coach, man. So at the end of the day, man, y'all got a great opportunity to do something special. You heard the program that went 8-3. You're getting ready for the off season. What's the summer looking like before you get out of here? And tell the people when we're gonna have this Dove 707 for to end the summer off.
Yeah, right now summer is everything. You know, this is our first opportunity to have our whole staff in front of all the kids. We putting them through summer strength and conditioning, Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock up there at crime-free North Forney High School. And we don't charge our kids to come get better. They come up there, they work for free. We feed them, and we get the work out of them. We installing the offense and the defense and everything that we got going on, trying to put a foundation down, and that's what it's looking like. We're doing that 4 days a week for 6 straight weeks in the summer, and that's it. That's what we focus on. Not getting into any 7-on-7 SQTs right now. We just trying to get our coaches in here, get them acclimated to the place, get our building functional for football, and so we can hit the ground running August 5th. I think we got a good plan to go do that. But come check us out, man. I think everybody needs to mark.
I'm pulling up with y'all in pads.
Yeah, man.
I'm pulling up with y'all in pads.
August 16th, man. That's when you need to come out for the block party. Come out there, man.
I just want to hear some hitting. Now I don't want to see a bunch of drag down tackling. I want to hear some popping.
Yeah, you need
I
to
don't hear
come
no popping. You know what I'm gonna tell you, Coach.
I expect it. That's why I like coming on the show. Don't nobody mince their words on here. Everybody gonna say how they feel. This ain't the show that you come on if you ain't got thick skin. And so if I'm in the mood and I don't want to be bothered, I just know I'm probably tell you, man, I'm not available. I ain't gonna come.
Yeah, come with a good attitude, Coach. Come with a great attitude.
If my attitude ain't good, I ain't coming.
That's what I'm saying, Coach. I'm with you.
If I'm in my feelings, I'm just gonna say, man, it ain't a good night.
Yeah, that's why we don't bother. That's why we don't bother coaches. When they kind of losing. But we feel like they got when we go to game, we don't interview the losing coach because we feel like they probably got better things to do than talk to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we just hope to be talking to you in a good mood. I expect you to be in a good mood a lot.
Same here. That's my expectation as well.
But hey, man, we're gonna show up, man. I'm gonna keep in contact with you because this has probably been one of you. I think you have made top 5. What you think, B-Rod? He gotta be a top 5 guest, man. Coach been on point.
I appreciate y'all having me on here. I got a lot of respect for what y'all do. Seriously, about the last 2-3 years, I done followed you and seeing what y'all got going on, man. It's impressive. It's real. It's authentic. And the thing I love about it, the first place I heard about the Dub was not from a high school football coach. It was from a youth football coach who tap in consistently because y'all speak fluently about the youth football atmosphere and environment as y'all do the high school. And so I just think that y'all got a really good vertical alignment set up with these kids, with these trainers, coaches. And, man, I got a lot of respect for what y'all do, man.
Yes, sir. Speaking of one of your coaches, that's him right there, right? Coach Onyx. Now, what do WOG mean?
That's we all we got. That's our hashtag, man. Okay. We all we got. It's an acronym for we all we
got. We all we got. Got a little no limit going. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Is he gonna change his profile picture?
I don't know. I wonder when these guys gonna start doing that.
God damn, boy. Coach call hell, man.
This the one. That's what they gonna. That's the one they gonna play at the compliance meeting. They gonna take clips from this on the Rico. Coach Carr, you like to say cheese a Texas high school football, man.
Coach, I ask questions, Coach. You can't be coming over here commenting on your head coach's interview with the op as a profile picture. Hey, like man, you can't do. You had to know better, Coach.
Y'all got to change our profile pictures, man. Y'all making it look bad for us out here. Just be patient with us, man. We just need a little more time, Coach.
Come on, man. Coach, that took 10 seconds, Coach.
Trying to find the office right now, Coach. Give a break, Coach. They trying to find the office. They ain't worried about no profile pic right now.
Okay, all right, my bad, Coach. Coach, I'm just saying. He said, listen, I got confused.
They ain't even
okay, I saw one thing, and I'm hearing something else.
They ain't
my bad. My bad.
I got coaches that don't even got keys to the office they work in. We still big.
Coach, I was at Morgan for a year and then had keys to the office. I had to stand by the front door when the janitor came just to open the door.
Now I don't feel so bad.
Don't. I can tell you a lot of stories that make it worse, but it is what it is.
That's good. We got
I appreciate you.
We got 4 coaches with keys. We got 4 coaches with internet, Wi-Fi passwords, and that's all we need.
It's gonna get better. You working, Coach. I believe in you, Coach. You kind of give me. I ain't seen you practice, so I ain't gonna put it on you. But I mean, I kind of got when I first went out to North Crowley practice, and I saw Gates out there running his practice, I was just like, hey man, that cat gonna be successful. Like that dude finna do it. And that same vibe I'm getting, man, just talking to you, man. But when I come out, when I see it, I definitely it'll definitely, confirm what I'm already feeling, man. I feel like you're gonna be very successful at crime free North Forney. And for all y'all out there in Forney, Coach said you can come back home. He ain't gonna hold nothing against you. And he gonna forget about it. You can just come on back home.
Plenty of
He
houses.
ain't mad.
It's a
Plenty of houses.
It's a clean slate in
Yeah.
the new day. It's a clean slate in the new day. Come on home.
Come on home. There it is. Hey, Coach, I appreciate you, man. For sure. And don't mind Coach Carl.
Hey, Coach, you know I got love for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's why,
I'm a
like I
fan.
said, if it didn't go this way, it wouldn't be the dub. If it didn't go this way, this everything that I ever seen and liked about it was the authenticity of the show. And you could tell when you got people with their ears to the street. I hear what you hearing. And it ain't all true. But the fact that you speak on it, it just let me know that I'm in the right place.
Oh, you definitely. Definitely. And we are the voice of the streets. No doubt about it. We hear it. But I don't like to bring it up.
It ain't all true. Y'all know that well enough.
Well, you know that.
Some of it is. Some of it is, Coach. Some of it's true. But it's not all true.
Not all. And a lot of things is misinterpreted. Everything is about interpretation.
Exactly.
No, Jamie, some of it is really true.
Appreciate y'all having me on here.
Hey man, all right, Coach. We'll let you go.
Appreciate y'all, man.
All right, Coach.
Yes,
We'll all
sir,
let you, man.
Let's get it.
North 40, baby.
Y'all better get out there and rep that North 40. Hey, what's our mascot, Coach?
The Falcons, man.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we rocking with the Northside Falcons, dog.
Falcons, man.
North 40 Falcons. NFL.
Y'all come check us
I wear a
out.
size 2X. When I come out there, I wear a size 2. I appreciate a little North Forney girl, man.
I'm gonna have you
situated.
First time y'all pull up on us, I'm gonna have you all the way situated. But you gotta pull up.
Cool, Coach. Don't get mad when I pull up in some fly North Forney gear already, though, Coach.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Boy,
hey, that's a whole other conversation, Coach. We're going to get you back on for a part 2 later. I appreciate it.
Y'all be safe, man.
All right. Hey, man, that was fun, man. That was fun, man. I didn't even get a chance to play my man Banter, man. Let me show it. My guy. There he is. That's my guy right there. Yes, sir. Hey, man, that's a very, very impressive coach, man. And Coach Young too, man, but very impressive. Like I said, he give me them Coach Gates vibes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he
very
kind of
much
like
Coach Gates,
a natural leader.
I can see that.
He kind of give you that vibe. You know what I'm saying? That young, natural kind of leader type, coach. So I can't say that until I see his practice, because I say that, then I go out there and they out there tackling by the shoestrings. I gotta take it back. So before I say you got Coach Gates vibe, I gotta go see the practice.
I gotta go. I gotta go see if they fight tooth and nail out there at practice.
Yeah.
Oh
man, God love it, man.
and if it ain't no barbecue out there, I ain't even putting them in Gates category. So we ain't never had none of that barbecue yet. So
we still ain't had Gates got barbecue, man. But the love we show Gates, man, he barely acknowledges, man. I be kind of heartbroken over that.
Well,
but that's okay.
Listen, There's a Gates that's involved. When he's involved, you kind of steer clear of that Gates. Then there's the Gates who's just chilling. You know what I mean? But he always was like if Gates was a member of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. That was like when I saw Gates at the 707, I ain't even go by there because Gates was focused.
Yeah, I'll be scared to speak to him. What up, Gates? Who talks to you?
Hey, it don't help that he like 6'3", 6'4".
Hey, if Gates was a member, if Gates was a member of the Fantastic Four, he'd be the Theme. He's just standing there, bald headed, swole up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't gonna say nothing.
Nothing like you get fearful around Gates. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Hey, hold on, y'all.
They sing the national anthem, fellas. Hey,
say, hold on. Or I'm gonna come on real quick. Hold on, y'all.
The Mavs gonna come on.
Yeah.
What time?
It's 7. They sing the national anthem.
Oh shit, we'll have them come on this week.
Who want to come on?
Boy, somebody send me a link real quick.
If y'all want to stick around, with it.
Man, I'm gonna go make a bird run, man. I gotta get my liquor. I gotta go.
You ain't getting no liquor on no Sunday.
Don't worry. You had too many questions, Coach. Bye.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I asked the question.
Watch this.
Football talk is a big hit. Sunday nights to Wednesday nights, we striking a match cause we lit. Y'all know the name, we call it the Dub. On Friday nights, it feel like a club. Getting that VIP treatment on the sideline, they showing us love. Great interviews, go hugs, putting in work, go good. Texas youth and high school talking to page on Facebook. Hold up. Coach trying to stand on the